Here are the movies that I've watched slash rewatch for May 19th through June 2nd, 2024. So, anyways, no time to waste. Let's begin. Here's a movie that I've watched Sunday, May 19th. It's a classic from 1972 that stars Gene Hackman, also starring Ernest Bogine, Red Buttons, Shelley Winters, and Jack Alberson, who also plays Grandpa Joe in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Emu Slade in The Fox and the Hound. Here are 4 movies that I watched Monday the 20th. This is a good 2010 movie that stars Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, plus also starring Viola Davis and Paul Dino. This is a good movie from 2014 that stars Liam Neeson, Dan Stevens, and David Harper. Here are the 2 Legally Blonde movies that I've watched Monday night. Here's the first movie. This is a great 2001 movie by MGM that stars Reese Witherspoon, Linda Cario, and Luke Wilson. And here's the sequel. This is a good sequel from 2003. This sequel has Sally Field and Bob Newhart. Plus, it has Virginia King in it, so yeah. And this is a really good, this is a great 2012 movie that I've watched Tuesday night, which this movie stars Judi Dench, Bill Nighy, the late Tom Wilkinson, and Maggie Smith. And here are the movies that I've watched Wednesdays, so here we go. This is a great 2011 movie that stars Cameron Diaz, Justin Timberlake, and Jason Segel. Plus, it has Phyllis Smith and Catherine Newton, who before she plays Lucy in Detective Pikachu and Lisa in Lisa Frankenstein. And this is a really good DC movie that stars Jason Molina, Amber Heard, William Dafoe, and Nicole Kidman. And I'm not going to bother getting the sequel because it's one of the worst finales to the DCEU, the DC Extended Universe, to be exact. So, yeah. Universal movie, co-produced by Miramax and Imagine Entertainment. This is a really good, or this is a great 2005 movie by Universal that stars Russell Crowe, Reese Witherspoon, or Russell Crowe, Renee Zellweger, and Paul Giamatti. This is a classic 1986 movie right here by TriStar, in which this movie stars David Bowie and Jennifer Collin. In which Jennifer Collin also in A Beautiful Mind and Top Gun Maverick. It has some great soundtrack to David Bowie, so yeah. Hilarious movie right here that stars Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, plus it has Mary Steenburgen, Richard Jenkins, and Catherine Hahn. Plus it has cameo appearances by Seth Rogen. Alright. I did rewatch this movie Thursday the 23rd after I watched King Richard on that I've rewatched on Netflix. Great Will Smith movie, and this is a great 2014 movie that stars written and directed by Jon Favreau. Plus, it has Scarlett Johansson, Oliver Platt, Bobby Kenville, John Leguizamo, and Robert Downey Jr. And Dustin Hoffman, of course. This DVD is a full rental from Hastings, so yeah. Alright, here are two movies that I've watched Saturday, and here they are. This is a really good 2012 movie that stars Kristen Stewart, Charlize Theron, Chris Hemsworth. Plus, it has Ray Winstone, Ian McShane, Toby Jones, and the late Bob Hoskins in his last movie before his death in 2014. Really good movie that I've watched Saturday the 25th, in which this movie stars Drew Barrymore, John Kwasinski, and Christian Bell, who later voiced Anna in Frozen 1 and 2. So, yeah. I did rewatch this movie before my dad and I go see If. Really good romantic comedy from 2009 that stars Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. Plus, it has Craig T. Nelson, Mary Steenburgen, and Betty White, who plays Rose in the TV series The Golden Girls. Here's a movie that I've watched Monday. This is a great 2002 movie, the 2002 war movie that stars Mel Gibson, that I watched on Memorial Day. Plus, I did watch Hacksaw Ridge, very excellent 2016 movie that stars Andrew Garfield, Vince Vaughn, Teresa Palmer, and Hugo Weaving. I did rewatch this movie Tuesday afternoon. Very excellent 2020 movie right here. That stars Frances McDormand and David Strahan. Written and directed and edited by Chloe Zhao, who later directed The Internals. I did watch this movie, or I did rewatch this movie Tuesday night. And this is a great 2016 movie directed by Steven Spielberg. And this movie stars Mark Rylance, Ruby Barnhill, Jemmett Clement, who voiced Nigel in Rio, and Tsunade the Crab in Moana, and Ralph Spunth. This is a good 2010 movie that stars Nicolas Cage, Jay Bartzell, Teresa Palmer, and Alfred Molina, in which I did watch this movie Wednesday afternoon, so yeah. Very excellent 2016 movie right here that nominated for Best Picture. But that movie was lost to Moonlight, in which that movie stars Casey Affleck, Michelle Williams, Lucas Henge, Tate Donovan, and Matthew Broderick. And now let's get on to Thursday. This is an amazing 1999 movie right here that stars Dexter Fletcher, who later directed Eddie the Eagle and Rocketman, and Jason Statham in his acting debut. This movie's directed by Guy Ritchie in his directorial debut. And this is a very classic 1953 movie right here that stars Gregory Peck, Audrey Hepburn, and Eddie Albert, who later plays Oliver Douglas in Green Acres. And now let's get on to Friday night. So here we go. I did rewatch the first two Paddington movies. The first one is excellent, while the sequel is amazing. So, yeah. And this is an and like I said, this is an amazing sequel right here. So yeah. The third Paddington movie will be released in 2025 in the US by Columbia Pictures, and it'll be released in the UK in 2024. So, yeah, which I'm just sticking with the first two Paddington movies. So, yeah, this is a good 2024 movie right here that I've watched yesterday afternoon. In which this movie stars Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse, who plays Cody in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and Julius in Big Daddy. There we go. I did rewatch the first two Incredibles movies last night. The first one is awesome, while the sequel is amazing. That I've rewatched on Disney Plus. While the first movie I've rewatched on DVD. So, yep. And here's the last one for this video. And this is a great 1997 movie right here, that which is a biopic of Selena. So, yeah. And yes, I did rewatch this movie on the widescreen side. So, yep. And this movie stars Jennifer Lopez and Edward James Olmos. Well, everybody, there you have it for my movies that I've rewatched or /watched/rewatch for May 19th through June 2nd, 2024. So, anyways, Oppenheimer Me 2002. See you guys in the next video. So, yeah.